Ahoy, mates! Rymin Will coming to you one more time, and it's not from coronavirus knockdown. Allegheny County in the state of Pennsylvania is in green phase, so this is going to be the last times me coming to you, but I have some exciting things to tell you because much has happened since we last met. Now, we last met, not last week, but 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, me had to tell you that they shut down me fish and chips operation temporarily because many of you were putting in lots of orders for fish and chip stores and restaurants because you wanted to be like Will, and we talked about being his workmanship. Well, boys and girls, last week, Will was under the weather. Nope, didn't get the coronavirus, but it was under the weather nonetheless. But on top of that, Will's got in the mail that we couldn't open me fish and chip store. And I tell you, Will's got a little down in the dumps again. So, me went out to buy some fish and chips to eat. And me couldn't eat them because they didn't have them. There's a shortage on fish and chips. There used to be a shortage on toilet paper. There used to be a shortage on Clorox wipes. Now there's a shortage on fish and chips. Wills was so upset, boys and girls, me went home and penned this rhyme. It says this: me do not like them steak and fries, me do not like them biggie size, me do not want shrimp, pork, or grits, me only like me fish and chips. Don't give me nuggets, onion rings, or blessed other kinds of things that put them pounds upon me hips. Just give me now me fish and chips. Me don't like soda, pop, or tea, or other stuff that don't fit me. Me don't even want nothing to sip. Me only want me fish and chips. A roast beef sandwich, curly fries, and Arby's sauce may please some guys, but just makes Wills now wants to flip, cause all's me wants me fish and chips. No rice bowls filled with guac and beans, or hormone-free fed chicken lean will ever pass these pirate lips. Nay, all me wants me fish and chips. Boys and girls, can you tell what Rymin Will wants to eat? All's me wants is me fish and chips. Well, boys and girls, as me thought about that, me thought about how me only has really a taste for fish and chips and don't want too many other things. And me got to thinking there has to be a spiritual lesson in all of this, and boys and girls, there is. Because, believe it or not, I have a single eye, don't I? Jesus talked about his believers. We should have a single eye. Our eye should be single, and then our body will be filled with light. He told Mary and Martha, he said, Martha was always encumbered about many things, but Mary chose the one thing that was needful. And Jesus said to seek first the kingdom of God first, and all of his righteousness, and all these things would be added to you. Boys and girls, we can easily get sidetracked and go wanting to do all kinds of other things. We can want to have all kinds of different things and read all kinds of different things and watch all different kinds of things. We can want to fill our eyes and our ears with all kinds of different messages. But boys and girls, we need to be careful. This is the message that we need to have. This is our spiritual fish and chips. We don't need all the other stuff that's out there. We need to have a hunger for this and for God and his kingdom first and foremost. And when we do that, boys and girls, the more you eat this, the more you put this in your soul, the more precious it becomes. You know, when Will started eating fish and chips as a little pirate, I tell you, they was good, but they weren't as good as they is today when we eat fish and chips. It gets better with each bite. And it's the same thing you'll find with God and his word. The more you take in of him, the more you'll find that he's very satisfying, not to your taste buds like fish and chips, but to your heart and to your mind and to your soul, because that's what Jesus does. Well, boys and girls, I was sad, and me was looking for something to cheer me up, so we wrote this down when we was all mad. There's still a shortage on fish and chips, but there's a happy ending to the story, because Wills wrote this and put it on me blog, and you know who found it? Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss wrote me a letter this week and said he wants to hire me for future Dr. Seuss books. So, boys and girls, there won't be any fish and chips restaurants, but there will be. I don't know how it's going to work out, but Wills is supposed to start writing rhymes for Dr. Seuss. Now, boys and girls, I said, you don't have to pay Wills much. Just if you can find me some fish and chips. You know who's been buying all the fish and chips? Dr. Seuss. He's got it all. Boys and girls, seek first the kingdom of God, and all these things, even fish and chips, will be added unto you. Hopefully we won't go back into another coronavirus lockdown. You boys and girls, do the one thing that's needful and get to church as soon as it's open. Bye-bye.